wanted to say a few things. I visited, I don't know, Rick, when was the last time?
November.
In November, to see what's been going on here, celebrating film. Marie Dressler, got to see some of the shorts that you showed us. It really opened my eyes. I mean, truly, how film's evolved. The important role Marie Dressler has in our community. I believe born in this building.
Yes.
And just appreciate the preservation of both the history of the building, the history of film, and the history of film as it pertains to our community. So Trillium, which is one of favorite organizations, and I think one of the best in the government of Ontario, because it's run by and for communities. We have board members from our community who make decisions on funding in our community. And I know, Rick, you've really embraced digitization and supporting with digital interpretive displays, and that's the way of the future. And also, I found it really nice to sit down in the chair and watch Marie in action. So I know that through Trillium, proud to say that Trillium's investing in supporting digitization here at Marie Dressler through $6,800 and something investment to the museum. And I think this fund and museums like yours are important in telling the cultural and historical story of our community, are important to our fabric, and really make our communities special places to live. So I'm glad that Trillium has seen fit to support that. Our board locally investing in our community, and we see it all over, from the Erin Theatre to here to West Bend to Castleton Sports Club, a recent recipient. And so this fund is in action in our community, and I'm proud the Government of Ontario is not only supporting Trillium, but expanding their offerings through programs like the Resilient Communities Fund, given the impact that COVID's had. So just a big thank you to you. You've been a real champion. You were first in the door when I got elected on this museum, and I'm just thankful that we have people like you and board members supporting this very worthwhile museum. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. A little bit of color commentary. What the grant actually did is this part that you're standing in is the Marie Dressler Gallery, formerly called the Marie Dressler Museum before we did the expansion. And this was built in 2016, designed in 2015, built in 2016. The technology that was employed in 2015 were iPads in these various kiosks, and that's what gives us the ability to have these interactive experiences, to show film clips, to show photos, to tell our stories. After 6 years, most technology's seen its better days, and these iPads were at their end of life. And we were at risk for them stopping, because they're all bought at the same time, so it's like a light bulb, you know, they'll all go out at the same time. We were at risk of them failing. And so we asked Trillium for some help, because during the pandemic, lots of organizations, and particularly arts and culture, were unable to raise funds. We were unable to conduct events. We couldn't have people gathered together. So our fundraising in the arts and culture industry was impaired by the pandemic. And if it wasn't for the Ontario Trillium Foundation helping museums and others in the arts and culture gallery industries, we wouldn't be around. If you think about some of the assistance programs during the pandemic, they were all dependent on helping fund employees and sustaining jobs. We're a volunteer organization. We didn't qualify for any of those funds. So without Trillium, we wouldn't be here today to talk about, you know, the refreshment of these iPads. I want to do a shout out. So what the project was to buy new iPads. Now, of course, Apple changed the size of the iPads over 6 years. So the new iPads wouldn't fit in the existing kiosks like this. So what we had to do is we had to buy new enclosures, which is this part, and the new iPads inside. And then we had to have the programming of them to transfer the stuff over so it worked the same way. So I've got a big shout out, first of all, to Dave Bray of Bray Construction in Port Hope, who helped get all this stuff deconstructed and put back in place and assembled and all that. and to Ian Everdell from Influx Consulting, who did the technical work with us to get these fired up and back to a better than new state. And we finished this work just last week.
Yep.
So this is timely. So we want to thank the Trillium Foundation for their support. This will give us another 6 or 7 years worth of life, in terms of the technology, and it's important. And without Trillium, we wouldn't have been able to do it. So our appreciation to the Ontario government for the program and for us being able to take advantage of it.